And welcome back to your daily F1 news at GP News. Hello, and how is it going? So, unofficially, via the SEEDSTREAM app, which really helps us. I would get it. Look at it every morning. We'll look at it before we go to bed as well. And sometimes while we're on the toilet. Shock horror. But moving on. Let's have a look at the news. And there's a tiny bit of news here. Fairly significant. This guy here, who is he? Well, you might not know him, but he's a race director. He's the F1 race director. And he has apparently left. He's apparently, according to the FIA F1, he resigned. However, that's not the shock news. He said he didn't resign. So, Niels Wittich has denied resigning as the F1 race director, contradicting the FIA's announcement that he left to pursue new goals. Now, Wittich reportedly learned of his firing shortly before the statement, sparking speculation about tensions with the FIA president. Yep, that guy, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. Controversial. I mean, you never heard of John Todd, did you? Yeah, Max Mosley, you kind of did. But John Todd, no, you never really heard of him. So there we go. Alex Jakes has got a nice recap on Twitter. What's happened today, as you can maybe just about read, but I'll read it for you. Merc engines confirmed for Alpine in 2026. Dan Fallows out as technical director at Aston Martin, so he will not be rejoining or reigniting with Adrian Newey. Wittich out as a FIA director, and F1 holding a season launch event. Yes, a season launch event. More on that in a bit. Here it is. Great timing. So F1 confirmed plans for their first ever season launch event. So Formula One's announced a season launch event where all the cars are going to get launched, and it's scheduled in the UK at the O2 Arena in London, East London to be exact. It has its own. It's got its own little train station as well. Almost. And it's scheduled for the 18th of February 2025. Now, the London's O2 is bringing it all together. So we're looking at all 10 teams, all 20 drivers and team principals to unveil not necessarily their 2025 cars. Having said that, when do they do that ever? Their actual cars. It's just the paint jobs, isn't it? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Red Bull. But to unveil essentially the liveries as they celebrate the sport's 75th anniversary. Tickets are ranging from £58 to £113, so reasonable-ish, I guess. They go on sale on November the 15th, 3 days time, which with live broadcast options available, fans unable to attend. It's going to be a big thing. So Stefano Domenicali said about it, for the first time, we will bring together our fans, all 20 superstars of our sport, and some very special guests to officially kick off our new season and mark our 75th anniversary, with 2025 set to be a classic season. Following on from all the drama in 2024, this is a fantastic opportunity for fans of all ages to experience up close the incredible entertainment spectacle that is Formula One. I think he's over-egging it. It's just taking a sheet off a car, really, and a car that's going to look completely different in Bahrain, but I still think it could be a good event. I don't want to downplay it. I'm not going to be a negative ninny, whatever you want to call it, negative Nigel, or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely be looking at that one. Ferrari, though, they've hinted at what is a radical wind tunnel tactics by teams to secure what could be a 2026 advantage. Vassar said it's not critical in this period if someone has an advantage and is given more wind tunnel time. That is because today we are making such small progress on each run, but the game changer could be 2026, because you could have some teams that are perhaps not fighting for the championship next year that decide, okay, for 25 we don't care where we are in the constructors. Seemingly Red Bull are doing that this year, and we don't care if we are X plus or X minus. It's quite interesting, really, and they will get an advantage significantly. Williams Racing, they have been left with a £20 million headache as their true spending comes to light. So the boss said, financially, I'm not hampered at all. Every single penny you spend in the cost cap, we are spending in the cost cap, he said. It's quite the opposite. We have probably close to 20 million more, so hooray Williams. But that's more than he can fit the cost cap into, and we're trying to find where do we have to make the sacrifices at the moment. But where we're still hampered is you can't bring in some infrastructure we need overnight. So some of it is 24 or 36 months, and he goes on about the frustration. I can see what can be achieved, but a lot of it is just not here today. And last but not least, Martin Brundle has come out and he's hit back at the Verstappen Sky F1 bias accusations. He said, "We're nothing like that. We're nothing like when I watch the Olympics or the World Cup or the European Cup. Obviously, your commentators are fervently pro whatever country they're from." Amen to that. I completely agree. I don't think we do that. And he said, "I like to think we're pretty balanced. I really do." And actually, to get flack from pretty much everybody, because what I've learnt in these 27 to 28 years is that you can say 1,000 positive things about somebody and one negative will get back to them and their fans get onto it. It's so true. It's always been true, hasn't it? Or their families and friends tell them. And I get a few cool sideways glances sometimes. Nobody ever comes up to you and says, "Thank you very much for what you said about us." That is very true. Once again, Martin Brundle, talking absolute sense. This has been your news for the 13th of November. I do hope you have a lovely day. Stay safe, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much.